Okay, so I wanted to do this for you guys because I hadn't even set up my classes yet and I figured it might help someone. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my courses. This is my organic chemistry course. It is linked. The way that I link my courses is by going here into my courses and you click here, you click link existing section. So if that's not done already, you can do that there. Anyway, I'm gonna set up my organic chemistry course for tomorrow. Add materials. First thing I wanna do is add the external tool. The external tool in this case is Zoom, and you can go ahead and title that Zoom. And you don't have to select the sections to customize because you want everybody to see the same Zoom tool. That has now become your Zoom tool. So when you click in there, it should be linked to your Zoom. You can click on schedule a new meeting. So this is my organic chemistry. Right now, I am looking here at my third hour. So I want it to say third hour organic chemistry. And when do I want this to happen? I want it to be a reoccurring meeting with no fixed time. I'm going to choose an easy password. I've been choosing one Troy for everything. That way I won't forget it. My kids won't forget it. The host camera is on. The participant camera is on. I'm going to enable the waiting room at first. I might turn that off later. I'm going to mute participants upon entry. I am not going to allow them to join before me just yet. Again, I may change that later. This is my class Zoom, so I'm not going to use my personal meeting ID, but I am going to record the meeting automatically on the cloud. So I now have this Zoom set up for my third hour organic chemistry class. I want to go ahead up here and I want to do the same thing for my fourth hour organic chemistry class. Now you'll notice my fourth hour already has the tool installed. I just need to schedule a new meeting. So I'm going to say fourth hour organic chemistry. It is a reoccurring meeting, no fixed time. Again, I'm making them all the same password. On, mute, record automatically to the cloud, and save. So now my third hour has a Zoom and my fourth hour has a Zoom. Now, since I'm already in here, I'm going to go ahead and add the student support Zoom, schedule a new meeting. This one is just going to say student support, reoccurring at no fixed time, same password I've been using, on, mute, except I'm going to make sure I click right here, the personal meeting ID. And the reason you're going to do that for the student support Zoom is that you want everyone in all of your classes to be able to join that Zoom. I'm going to record this meeting automatically on the cloud, but I may not share that recording with them. This is personal preference right now for the student support meetings. I made it for my third hour. I can do the same thing for my fourth hour. Schedule a new Zoom meeting, student support, reoccurring, no fixed time, sorry, same thing over and over again, on, okay. So I now have all of my meetings set up for my organic chemistry classes. I have two sections of organic chemistry, and they should look like this. I have a student support, and then I have the actual class Zoom. So fourth hour, again, I have the student support and the fourth hour class Zoom. I just noticed the other one was capital. This one is lowercase. If something like that bothers you, like it bothers me right now, I can go in and I can edit the title of this whenever I want to edit it. So just so you know, whatever changes you make there, they're easy to fix. Now we need to go ahead and make the links for the students to see. The first one that I'm going to do is the class Zoom link. That one is down here, not the student support, but the third hour organic chemistry. This is called the join URL. It is the most important thing. It makes sure that your students actually make it into the Zoom. So I'm going to copy the link address, go back to my materials, and I'm going to add materials, add a link. So here's the link. And this was my third hour class Zoom link, whatever you want it to say. And I'm going to go ahead and add that there. Now that is only for third hour. So as I was clicking that, I realized that I made it show for my fourth hour as well. So I went back to the gear here so I could fix this. So if you've already done it and this says 2 sections right here, you can go back and fix this so that your fourth hour doesn't see that. And I typed in third wrong. So you don't want it to be published to all sections. Instead, you want this just available to your third hour, right? You don't want it available to everybody else, just your third hour, in my case, my third hour. So that's why it says that it's available to just one section. I need to go ahead and do the same thing for my fourth hour. So I'm going to go back to Zoom. I'm going to go to fourth hour organic chemistry. I'm going to copy this link, copy the link address, go back to materials, add a link. This is my fourth hour link. So fourth hour class Zoom link. I'm going to publish this just to my fourth hour. So now I have a third hour class link, a fourth hour class link. The last thing is to get my student support Zoom set up. The student support Zoom is the same for both because we chose that option to use the personal meeting ID. So this link is exactly the same. So I can copy the link. Go back to materials, add link. This one is called student support Zoom link. Now the nice thing is that I wrote that in the total wrong place. The nice thing is that that's used for both of them right there. So you can make this available to all students, all sections, that's fine. So when you finish up, if you have linked sections, you should have a student support Zoom that is available to 2 sections, a fourth hour that is available to 1 section, a third hour that's available to 1 section. This Zoom tool, this is not something that the students are going to use on the first day. They're not going to use that until they need to get to recordings. When the students are ready to look at recordings, you'll be able to access them here where it says cloud recordings. Now, obviously, I haven't done it yet, so I don't have any cloud recordings. Tomorrow, when it's class time and I'm ready to start my class, I'm going to go ahead and start it from the Zoom tool. I'm going to go into my third hour organic chemistry, and I'm going to click start. And that's it. You should be able to do that for each one of your classes. Since I said to automatically record it and you're recording it to the cloud, make sure that you're starting and stopping your recordings appropriately so you don't have, a lot of extra stuff into your recordings if you don't need it. And then the recordings will show up there. So that is how you set up your Zoom links.